Hey there guys, Zach here from InBeta, and welcome back to another video. Now today we're taking a first look at Office Touch for Windows 10. Today we're looking at 3 preview apps, Word, PowerPoint and Excel. All of these apps are currently in pre-release condition, meaning they do not represent the final product. So these are preview apps which will be pushed to the public quite soon actually for testing and feedback to Microsoft, much like the Windows 10 technical preview. So not long left to wait for the public, so here's a first look at what you can expect. So up first we have Word. This is the touch version of Word, and upon first launch looks just like the desktop version. On the left you get your recent documents, and on the right you get your templates. Opening up a document will give you the new touch first user interface, which works just fine on the desktop. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. You get Home, Insert, Layout, Review and View tabs. In the Home tab you get to change the font, so if we go up here we can change the font of this. Let's find a good font to use. There's hundreds of different fonts as you can see. Let's go to this one and let's change the size of it to 26. So there you go. A lot bigger. You can make it bold or underline it and so on and so forth. Change the color of it, much like you would expect to be able to do within a Word app. You can add bullet points, numbering, text alignment, so you can center text. Let's center this into the middle. And you can also make text span out across the entire page like you would normally expect to be able to do within the desktop version of Word. You can also change the style, so we've got normal headings, we've got subtitles, intense emphases, and so on and so forth. And that's about it for the Home tab. You can also find text, so if I search for HTML here, because this is a document about HTML, I will get a number of different highlights telling me what the word HTML is. Moving on to Insert, you can insert a number of different things: tables, pictures, shapes, text boxes, links, comments, headers and footers, page numbers, and footnotes and endnotes. So this works much like you would expect. So if I want to insert a table here, just make a space for it, and I can insert table. I can insert more columns above and below, left and right if I need to, and I can fill them in like you would expect. So hello, how are you? I'm cool, so on and so forth. You can change the style options, you can delete, you can make it look better or worse, change the shading, text alignment, text rotation, and so on and so forth. We can also add pictures, so if we go down a bit, let's add a picture here between these two paragraphs. Let's add a picture of grass, and there you have it. That is where the picture would go. You can move it around more freely as well in this version, which is pretty nice. So let's try and align that perfectly there. You can wrap it around text as well, so we can wrap it, let's make it square, make it smaller, so text will wrap around it and it will look good in a report like that. Now we can also insert shapes, so let's insert a line for no reason. Let's insert it here and make it point over here to that word there. And we can also insert another shape. Let's insert a circle, just because we can really. And we can change the color of that like you would expect, the fill, the outline, and you can again wrap text around it if you wish. So let's make it like that, and there you go. Now we can insert text boxes, which is very handy if you want to add quotes and so on and so forth. So this is a quote: visit winbeta.org, and we can put that somewhere. We'll put that under there for now. And we can insert links, which work like you expect. So if we highlight something within and add a link, it will give me the text within, and we can add an address, so http such as winbeta.org. And now if I control click on it, it should open up winbeta.org in Internet Explorer, which is fairly nice. Up next we have comments, which is great for collaborating with other people. So if we highlight something and we can add a comment, if you're signed into a Microsoft account, it will give you your name and you can add a comment. So not sure if this works here. Just pretend the word now doesn't work there, and then when people are looking over it, they can see, oh, there's a comment, and if they click on it, there you go, you can see it, and then people can reply to it, and then you can create conversations about certain elements within your document. Headers and footers, which are very vital pieces of bits within a page, so we can add a header, so header, and at the bottom, which are down here, we can add a footer, so copyright, etc. 2015. So on and so forth. And then when that's done, you can add pictures, document info, you can change the author, which is me, change the options, different first page, and so on and so forth. And then when that's done, you can close that out. And on every page there will be a header now, and on every footer there will be my name, which is very nice. Page numbers, if you're writing a book or something, page numbers can be quite handy. So we can add a page number at the bottom of each page. So that's page 1, page 2. And we can also add footnotes and endnotes. Let's press close on that. So we add a footnote. So I don't know, a footnote test, goot. That works. There's a goot. And we can add an endnote as well, which will go at the end of the document. And that's all fine and dandy. Now in the layout tab, which, let's count that, the layout tab allows you to change margins, orientation, size, columns and breaks, much like you would expect on the desktop version. So as you see, margins here, we can change it from normal, narrow, make things a lot more prominent on the page, but apparently break formatting. Moderate, wide and mirrored. You can change the orientation from portrait to landscape if you really need to do that, which is fairly nice. Let's change that back to portrait though. Change the size, so we can do letter, legal, A3, A4, A5, B4 or B5. Change the column, so we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, or sorry, 1, 2, 3, left or right. And we can also add breaks if need be. Now you can review your document as well, such as checking spelling, the word count. So you can see the word count here is what, 678. Add a new comment. You can also delete comments and so on and so forth, and you can also track your changes, which is good if you're working on documents within OneDrive and stuff. So that's fairly nice. And the view tab allows you to view your document in like an ebook, much like you can on the desktop version, or you can obviously change sizes here, change the colors, so on and so forth. So that's very nice if you like to read things within Word. Up here you get a bunch of different functions. So this is the new coming soon tell me what you want to do thing, much like Clippy but a lot more streamlined. So if I want to know how to do something such as insert a table, I type in insert, and again you see there, table, click it and it will give me the tab for a table and will insert the table for me. That works for other things as well. So if I want to insert an image, or what can I do, print, it will give me the option to print. If I click it, it will open up the print dialog and allow me to print, which is fairly nice. This is the feedback button, which simply opens Windows Feedback, which allows you to insert feedback for Windows using the Windows 10 technical preview, which is fairly nice. This is the read mode, which I just showed you a minute ago, just a quick shortcut to it. And this is the collaboration button, which allows you to collaborate with other people on a Word document. So as you can see, I'm the only one working on this document right now. However, I can invite people to the document to continue editing it with me, which is fairly nice. And of course, there's your undo and redo buttons there, which work like you would expect. So that's the Word app in a nutshell. This will be coming to preview users pretty soon. I'm not sure when, there's not an exact date yet, but you can expect that quite soon. Up next is PowerPoint. Again, upon first launch, it looks very similar to the desktop version. On the left, you get your recent PowerPoints, and on the right, you get your templates. Let's open up a new template here. Let's open up the Ion template. And this is what the app looks like. So we can add new slides, and we can change the layouts of each slide. So if you want a content one like that, we can do that. So here's the home one. So winbeta.org and by Zach Bowden. Let's go down here, double tap, by Zach Bowden. And then on the new slide, hello world, so on and so forth. Let's dismiss that for now. We can insert again pictures, tables and so on. Let's insert the same picture. That's the only thing I've got on here, and that can go in there. Fairly nice. Let's just save changes, name you there, so that pop-up stops coming up. Dismiss that. And now we can let's insert here. We can change the pictures. We can make the picture come forward or backwards, much like you can on the desktop version. We can rotate it. We can also crop it. So let's make that a certain size. There you go. And press enter, or not enter, just click away from it, and there you go. That is the cropped image. You can also reset the image if you need be, which apparently didn't work. Reset picture, reset size. No, okay. Oh, well, oops. My appears to have made things really big, so let's pretend that didn't happen. There we go, back to normal. Now we can also add animations, so we can add a transition. Let's add that, and on this one we can add a swipe one. And much like on the desktop version, your keyboard shortcuts do work, so I can press F5 and it will give me the animation. Pressing next will give me again a new slide. That works in Word as well, so your keyboard shortcuts do work in Word, which will be fairly cool. Now let's go to slideshow. As you can see there, you can do the slideshow from beginning or from current slide. You can hide slides if you will. Again, you can review, show comments and show markup, and you can also view. If you go into the slideshow mode, you can use your inking tools here, so I can underline certain bits. So there you go. I can do that. and I can also change the ink tools. I can add an eraser to get rid of it if I wish, and so on and so forth. So that's a quick look at PowerPoint. Again, this will arrive with the public preview soon. Again, not sure when that's going to drop, but it will be coming fairly soon. Now up next we have Excel, and before we dive into Excel, I must admit I am no Excel professional. I don't actually use the program, I don't have any need for it, so I'm not very good at Excel, so do excuse me if I miss a feature or something that you wanted to see. So here is the Excel basics. Again, much like in Word and PowerPoint, you can change the fonts, the alignment, the formatting. You can go up here, whatever that is, insert and delete. So you can insert left and right shift and stuff. Clear all. Do that. I have no idea. What is that? Let's see what that is. Auto sum. Changing the auto sums from the average. Count numbers, max or minimums. You can do them. What are they? I don't know what they are. And you can also find as per usual. In the insert tab, you get to insert. Actually, let's come out of that. In the insert tab, you can insert tables, pictures, shapes, text boxes, recommended, a recommended chart, chart by type, links and comments. Let's insert a recommended chart. There isn't any recommended charts to insert. Okay, let's insert a normal column. Let's insert a pie chart like that. No idea how to put data into it, so I can't really show you that, but that is the charts and how you insert them and stuff. So we dismiss that for now and move on to the next thing. Again, we've seen this before in other apps. Now the formulas, which is something Excel specializes in. You can add formulas and stuff, so you can do AutoSum, which I just showed. Recently used, which you can add recently. Again, what you recently used, obviously. Financial stuff, so you can add all of this magical things, which I have no idea what they do. Logical, doing stuff like this. Again, like I said, I'm no Excel professional, so I don't know what any of this stuff does. So date and time, lookup and reference, math and trigonometry, I imagine that stands for, and you can also calculate now. Review, which is the comment stuff, and viewing, so you can see the formula bar, which isn't been implemented yet to this build, so let's pretend it didn't happen. Grid lines, headings, sheet tabs, and freeze panes. You can also add more sheets down here. And of course, here is OneNote, which was available in the Windows 10 technical preview, so there's nothing new here really. So there you have it, guys. That's a first quick look at Office Gemini or Office Touch, coming soon to Windows 10 in preview form. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.